Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to After Hour Gaming League's Season 3 B League. This is JW Schmo from Team Raytheon, and I'll be with you today casting Week 2's Game 3 between Raytheon and Amazon. In the left-hand corner, left-hand side, we have Set is the orange Zerg for Amazon, and in the right-hand side we have Shardarki playing as Red Zerg for Team Raytheon. For those of you that are just joining us, Raytheon is indeed up 2-0 in this matchup, so we're going to see if Set can keep Amazon competitive in this gameplay, and we're also going to see if Shardarki can finish out this match and give Raytheon a solid win for the week. The first two games were well played, absolutely nail biters in my assessment. Game 1 was Antigua's Shipyard. It was Zerg vs. Zerg with BuBZ against Team 8 from Team Amazon. And Game 2 was Raytheon's ever fantastic, ever exhilarating Yeah Buddy against Pretzel from Team Amazon. And that was in Daybreak, and that was a Zerg for Raytheon, Yeah Buddy, against Terran Pretzel. Pretzel did an absolutely fantastic job with Hellion push, Hellion drop, Hellbat drops, and just really a good micro. But Yeah Buddy was able to hang on until the late game, and he found a really good opportunity to take out a siege tank push, and kind of set the stage for Game 3 here between Amazon and Raytheon. So we see a pretty good start. Looks like Set is going for his fast expansion, while Shardarki is going for his early spawning pool and extractor. As we can see, Set following in synonymous form with his spawning pool and extractor right after laying down the hatchery early. So slightly inverted gameplay here. Shardarki has not indeed set down his expansion. He's going to attempt to do that here. However, I would make an argument here that Set does a very fantastic job of preventing that expo from being laid down by Shardarki. So just very good map control here, map management in the early game, good micro by Set. This is going to delay Shardarki's expo and really just set up Set, haha, no pun intended, for pretty solid early game play. Now what we're seeing here is a well done counter by Shardarki. So we've got a spine crawler coming out. This is a good use of microing here by Shardarki, trying to catch Set off guard, but just wasn't able to get that spine crawler down once he moved it. I'm not sure if moving it was necessarily the best decision. That's okay. Let's just follow some units here, and it looks like Shardarki is going to be a little pressed here to take on the Zerglings. And again, I think these Zerglings are going to fall. So right now we have about maybe 150 minerals lost on Shardarki's side. So yeah, let's take a look at units lost. All right, we got 3 on Set and 7 on Shardarki's side. About even on the resources. So not exactly a big loss for Shardarki, even though he wasn't really able to carry out his intended plan. From a structure standpoint, Set is up 1 spine crawler. However, he is now, or he was just briefly there from that Overlord dropping food blocked. And Shardarki does have his natural going down now, a little bit behind Set. So Set's going to have a slight mineral advantage earned in the early game. Let's look at income, and that is accurate. Okay. Let's see, worker count there is about 10, and we got 21 for Shardarki, so bringing out this expansion is going to help him immensely. They're about even on the units. Unit count and drone count, it's about even. Looks like actually now almost exactly even. Delta of 1 between Set and Shidarki. And some good defensive play here by Shidarki, sending down these spine crawlers. Maybe a bit much, but I think utilizing that second spine crawler for his natural is good decision making in case there is a Zergling push. But Set not really going for the Zergling push at this point. Going for research, gonna grab his Baneling Nest. You'll notice he has 2 extractors down to Shidarki's 1 extractor, so that is going to give Set a slight advantage on the gas side of things. We also see that Set is just now getting his first Banelings researched. That's going to come in quite a decent amount of handy here in this early game, both defensively and offensively. But Shidarki not really looking to push, really just building up his economy for the mid game and for end game. So let's just take a look here. So Set again has some good. Let's just pause it right here. So he has good map control in the sense that he is going to know. Excuse me, I got to turn on my whiteboard. He's going to know using these 3 overlords right here. Let me bring it over here. So these 3 overlords are going to tell him when Shidarki is about ready to attack, and Shidarki really just watching this expansion here. So not really looking at this this ramp to see if there's an attack coming. So there's some risk involved there on Shidarki's standpoint. Alright, so we're going to see, let's see, we have 2 evolution chambers going down for Set, and let's take a look here. We've got a Roach Warren going down for Shidarki, and if I'm not mistaken, a Spire is going down for Set, and we're about at the 9-minute 40 mark. So we can see 2 very distinct gameplays going down here. It looks like Shidarki is going to be focusing more on a ground-based play, and Set is going to be focused more on a Zergling and air play. And we'll see how that pans out shortly. We do see Shidarki go for his hatchery, and Set's also going for his hatchery as well. This is key. That gives both of them the added resource of larva. Shidarki very wisely throwing down his Hydralisk Den. Not too much going on here other than just building up their forces. Some good research. We always love research at Raytheon. As I always say, give us an IRAD and we'll research it to death. Give us a CRAD. We'll take a CRAD. Alright, and for those of you that don't know what those 2 things are, feel free to ask me. Email me. Obviously, if you're watching this, you have my email address. Or come learn some math and science and get a job at Raytheon, and you can know for yourself. But we love research at Raytheon. Absolutely love it. The best part of my day is when I get to play around with something that we don't necessarily know how to do yet, and very rewarding when I figure out what the solution to a problem is. All right, so Set's going to send out his Mutalisks. It's going to be a little bit of a mid-game harass here. Shidarki has some good Spore Crawler positions here, basically protecting his mineral lines from these mutas, and we also are going to see these Zerglings coming out. So we're going to have a 2-pronged attack here, it looks like, from Set, about at the 12-minute mark. All right, so a little bit of push, not too much. Just kind of circling around, trying to find that entry point, trying to find that location that gives them best attack vector, as it were. And we do see Shidarki losing a. He just lost his wrong button. His Overlord, so now he is supply blocked, and Set really mobilizing right at the front. We're going to see an engagement right here, some back and forth. Just a little kiss there by that sunken colony. Excuse me, Spine Crawler. Wrong game. I guess I'm a little old. Again, dating myself, as I've done, I think, in every matchup thus far. So sue me. Alright, so we got a couple more. Let me just pause this real quick. Got a couple more Mutalisks coming out. Why are they flying right there? Well, because Set has set his waypoint. No pun intended, again, to right here. So we've got all the units being generated here, and all the units being generated here. They're immediately getting pushed to about right here. So we've got all of these units converging right on this point. And he's really setting up for this mid-game push against Shidarki. Alright, and we see here an attempt to really try and push these push Set back, but I think this retreat was a little mistimed. We're going to see these roaches are going to fall pretty quickly with the Zerglings because the Hydras really weren't there to back them up, and Shidarki's wall, for lack of a better term, is going to fall. So what am I trying to say here? Let's just go back a little bit to right here. Let's just watch this. Let's watch this evolve, and I'll bring up my point here quite shortly. All right, here we go. These guys are going to come out. All right, so the roaches come out, right? So right here, we have, pause it. So we have an excellent line. So if these roaches come up, or excuse me, if these Zerglings come up, right, they're going to face an entire line of roaches, right? And the roaches are just going to decimate. However, as we see, right about here, there's an excellent line forming. Again, very good use of the roaches. But now we're going to see these roaches come and overextend themselves, okay? And they're not going to have the Hydralisk backing that they really should have in order to engage this level of unit count from Set. And that's going to play a very important role. So right here, we see that there is just a huge gap between the roaches and the Hydralisks. And we're going to see that come into play right here. So now, instead of having a wall of roaches followed by a wall of Hydralisks, we have the roaches falling back, leaving this huge area right here where the Hydralisks are very much exposed to this plethora of Zerglings, and that's going to play a very negative role for Shidarki, as we see right here, and we see some excellent micro here by Set. So he sends a couple Zerglings here to engage these roaches, but now he's focusing almost all of his effort on these Hydras. So these Hydras right here are going to be at risk quite handedly. You're going to see a lot of them fall. So now, let's take a look at this. Again, just breaking this down, bear with me. So now he's moved his Zerglings away. These guys are very far from the main point of attack, all of Set's units. And right here, we have a substantial number of roaches completely isolated from any anti-air defense, and they're just going to fall right to these Zerglings. And Set is going to take a substantial advantage here from that play. Now Shidarki not out of the game yet. We still see some good defensive posturing there, but Set definitely in a good position. Units lost here. Actually, I won't lie. The resource count is not too bad. Looks like Shidarki is just a wee bit behind, so not the end of the world. We do see a host of Zerglings fall there, and a substantial number of roaches to defend, but really not enough Hydralisks. And so the key here, the key piece of information that really isn't captured in, I'm just going to pause it again, excuse me, the key piece of information that is really not captured in this metric right here is the fact that these are all Zerglings lost, okay? This 39, that's all Hydralisks, right? So that means that set of Mutalisks here really have pretty much free reign over the map space at this point. And that's really big here for Set's ability to really take advantage of the situation, and again, just really utilizing that rally point right in front of Shidarki's entrance. All right, so some really good. Let me just pause it real quick. All right, so Set is gonna see this spine crawler go down. And Shidarki obviously knows what's coming because of the ever lovable and friendly creep tuners. If I ever thought a tuner was friendly, it would be in StarCraft. Alright, a little bit of an expansion here. Trying to draw out the Zerglings. Really trying to capture a foothold and get his third out. Now, I should note that while this was all happening, Set went and very comfortably was able to put down his third. Why is he able to put his third down? Well, simply put, because you know, the line of attack is really at Shidarki's end at this point. Now here we go. Again, the Roach is just a little overextended, so the Roaches are going to fall, and the Hydralisks this time better defended, a little bit more conservative. But in the gathering of all that, Shidarki is going to lose his third. He does cancel it in time, but this Overload also is going to fall. And again, just Set rallying all of his units, really trying to choke Shidarki off. And another key piece of information here, excuse that little piece of noise, the amount of minerals here. So we have 1,400 to 150. So that, quite simply put, means that Set is utilizing his resource count significantly better than Shidarki is at the moment, quite honestly. You know, I would make the argument that 1,800 now could be used for Zerglings. You know, there's no cost from gas standpoint. But you know, Set really just being able to really push this, and again, both teams have a pretty good amount of drones. Shidarki with just a couple more drones than Set. And here we're going to see, again, just really excellent play by Set, whittling down those Hydras. The Mutalisks just really decimating these Hydras. And even though these spine crawlers are up and engaging the Zerglings, there's not too much he can do because he really doesn't have the anti-air that he needs in order to engage this number of Mutalisks. And as a result of that, we should see in short order here. In short, it's not looking too good for Shidarki. So here in this last minute or so of gameplay, we see some Hydras come out, and he is going to push off Shidarki. He is going to be able to push off these Mutalisks. But again, that third for Shidarki just falling. There's not too much he can do at this point other than engage these Mutalisks head on with his Hydralisks, leaving them very much vulnerable to Zerglings, and putting them really out of position for this play right here. So we're just going to see a whole bunch of Zerglings coming in, and really setting the stage for the Mutalisks to come in later, because these Hydralisks are just going to fall to the Zerglings. No doubt about it. And now we've got the Hydralisk Den falling, and now Set really has free range again of Shidarki's base, simply because there really is no anti-air. And as a result, we see in all caps, GG from Shidarki. And ladies and gentlemen, that finishes up Game 3 between Raytheon and Amazon. The game set is now 2 points to Raytheon and 1 point to Amazon. Very well played match on both sides. Just want to say thank you again for watching. This is JW Schmo from Team Raytheon. And we'll stay tuned here for Game 4 between Raytheon and Amazon.